I guess you could call this like a trigger, but I read over my Twitter feed and I read another story in my city of Ottawa how some 19-year-old girl was sexually assaulted by two males walking along the path home. And, you know, I mean, this is really hard for me because I'm just thinking in my head, do these attackers know that this might affect her for the very rest of her life? She's 19 years old. Maybe she's had an amazing life and she's going to constantly have flashbacks. Or maybe she won't. But how do you know? I mean, when I was abused, I was like really young. I was like between 3 and 6 years old, and I'm sure it happened on multiple occasions. And oftentimes, the first thing people will say when I say that is, "Oh, your abuser must have been abused by someone too." Um, my abuser was a female. My abuser was still a child, also like 5 years older than me, and that didn't matter. I could never forget what happened over the time that it happened. I tried to say no, but being a kid, I was really scared. It's really, really hard. And um, kind of a bad thing happened when I was around 18 years old. I was stalked downtown for about half an hour. I decided I wanted to walk to meet my friends and to pick up something, and I kind of went through the same thing where I didn't fight. I was grabbed from behind and stalked, and I pretended like it wasn't happening. I could feel the guy's feet walking behind me, the wind from that, and I was so scared. I had my keys in my hand like you're supposed to, like in your fingers, but because I had to stop and pick up something, he was staring at me the whole time, and the cashier person was there, so I couldn't say anything because I thought the guy would jump me even though someone was there. Um, but I never said anything, and the only reason why I may have been saved or whatever, it was I was grabbed near like an alley, but still on the main street, but at night, like at 9, I guess, so there wasn't a lot of people around, but there happened to be one person that called my name, and this guy was in my English class at school, and he came running, and the guy let me go, and you know what? I never reported it. I never even talked about it after. I never even told my friends who I was going to meet. And now I'm so inspired by women reporting that this is happening. And, something happened after that, like, I don't know, 10 years later on a bus. Some guy put his hand between my thighs and he was really drunk and he kind of was really leaning against me like he was dating me or something, and I was so scared. I like tried to push him away, but he was just like he would put his hand back, and I didn't say anything to the bus driver or anything. And when it was my time to get off the bus, I just used all my energy and just pushed through and got off the bus, and the bus had people on it, but I wasn't fighting. This is the way I do it a lot of the times, is like I don't stand up for myself, and this is the way it's been, and some people don't stand up for themselves, and I just think it's really sad that um, we're taken advantage of in this way, and even the guys that are sexually abused, it's the same thing, like the kids, and then oh, it's just so annoying when you tell someone and they're like, oh, that person, your perpetrator must have been abused too. Like, I believe that, the cycle of abuse. I've been so afraid, what if I do that to some other kid? And it's always in my mind. And, but it doesn't seem like we have to educate ourselves. We have to speak up. That's the only way. It's not gonna ever completely stop in my head. How can it? This is just, we just have to keep talking. If I had opened my mouth, maybe I would have saved someone, or maybe he never did it again. What are the chances somebody that can get away with it is going to never do it again. So that's all we can do, right? And keep talking and keep reaching out. And I know I'm not alone in what I'm saying here, so thanks for listening.